Good morning, folks. Welcome to Workday 38 of SP Jacaranda. Today, I think we'll mix it up a little bit. I do need to do some more deck welding, take down the stanchions, take down the mast. But the place is getting a little bit too disorderly. So what I've started to do is just tidy up, basically. So I'm going to be doing a couple dump runs today, mainly the wood and all the stuff. I've been taking liberties at the back of the boatyard here, so if I take I don't know, 2, 3, 4 trips to the dump, people will be a bit more happy with me. Also, I've got a cracking new windlass. So, or new to me, there was a old fella who passed away recently within the marina, and some of his boat bits and bobs have sort of been given out, and I managed to get this windlass, which is a massive improvement to my currently old one, which was there that I couldn't unfreeze. This does need some refurbishment. I'm gonna have to spend some time on it, but this is absolute gold. Really happy with it. I will need to check if it's working, if the motor runs, etc. But fingers crossed if it does. This is a steal. I've kept some of my decent timber, so this is going to stay. Got some steel. I got too much steel, in truth. Didn't realise it at the time, but you make these like little individual runs and then you get fed up with doing it. So you're like, I'll just buy some 2 sheets. And then I'm like, oh, I probably don't need 2 sheets. But it's good to have. My lovely rudder. So after the dump runs, what I'm going to do is try and make progress on the rudder. I'd like to start test hanging it and things. Now, the biggest thing stopping me is that I really need to tidy up these brackets. So I'll give them a grind, a wire brush it, get them all nice and tidy. There's a couple of holes and stuff that never got filled here, that I'll do some pad welding on. Just make them look a bit prettier, and I'll add some filler weld to this pin. The rest look pretty good actually, so it's really just this one I need to worry about, and then grind down, and then I'll put some primer on it, maybe some paint, I don't know, haven't decided, and then I can start retesting the rudder. But yeah, if I can get this done, a couple dump runs, and then potentially start doing some more topside welding, I'll be happy. Okay folks, so that's me back from the dump. Start to get in trouble because I'm not technically from Wales, and the council were like, you can't go in there, but they let me away with it. I'm not sure if I'll get away with it for a second time, mind you. It's a decent chunk away. I'll just have to whittle it away or find a commercial waste disposal to do the rest. This is kind of what I've got left. So I've got some decent planking, some steel, some of the hardware off the boat, boom still needs fixed, but let's move on to the rudder. Let's do something interesting. So these holes need to get filled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Obviously the what was originally there, they usually just put a threaded pin on here. I suspect it's the same, so we'll have to build up weld there, reinforce it, clean off the rust, put some primer on it, and I think that'll be kind of a good stage to leave it at this juncture. Try and hook it on, make sure it's all fitting. These guys point downwards. The top one, I believe, points up. Yeah, we'll just crack on with that. Right, I've just given that a decent tidy up. I'm going to fill in these 3 holes, both sides, and build out this pin so it's got a bit more beef to it. And then we'll go from there. Okay folks, so I've had to cut this one off. The other ones, all the pins are fine, but I really did need to build up the weld on this, and I couldn't get around the back to put more weld on, and I'm not very happy about how it's been seamed. This was only ever welded from the back. You can see here that there was never actually a weld this side, and the erosion occurred kind of like a tree, so it was fat, thin in the middle, and then wide at top. But as you can see, if we go around to the back, we try and put it in the hole. Right, we're nearly there, but I still need to grind a bit as we're not getting a full seating. So I want to fill in here, and then I'll probably just do a wee weld around the edge there so that it's welded both at the back and the front, and then I'll cut a decent groove back and forward, and then weld the pin back onto the bracket. The reason why I cut it off the bracket is because I just couldn't get into the back. Ultimately, we're talking really substantial. I mean, this isn't ever really going to go anywhere. I trust this beyond something like this. Can you imagine it? That is fiberglass, maybe a 1-inch rod. The amount of pressure, I reckon, even if I use my hands, if I gave that a boot or something, that compared to pin 1, pin 2, pin 3, pin 4, there's just no comparison, even with a bit of a sketchy weld. But anyway, enough of that. I'll crack on. And here's another boat with a modern rudder design. There's no skeg. This one's more beefy. You're probably talking 1.5 inch diameter. But still, like, there's oscillation just with a tap. Anyway, back to the pin. You can see, I mean, this is a 70-year-old, what was it, 1960s? 60-year-old boat. So 60 years, and it was seam welded, but there was no actual weld contact in the vast majority, just around the edges, and that held. Just goes to show how much stronger steel is. Alright. I'm having everything about these pins started off.
Which pins? Oh, these for the rudder?
Yeah. They all started off skew if. And so then you're trying to like think, it's like, if I've got a skew if, that, like, so, for example, like that there.
Right.
So nothing's actually.
What's that for then?
Oh, straight.
Oh, for the rudder. Oh.
Yeah. This pin, that goes there. I'm basically just tidying them up, to be honest, and then putting them back on. I think most of them are pretty okay, except for this one, which had me worried. The rest, it's been 60 years, so that's good. And the other one's similar. See you tomorrow, Dave.
How long are you down for?
Until I've been here since last Saturday, and I'm just not very productive, to be honest. Like, so I can in theory stay here till Tuesday, but I'll probably, I don't know, Sunday or Monday I'll probably go and then have a day in Glasgow before I have to do actual job. No worries. Okay folks, so that's end of Workday 38. It was a bit of a short one. That was frustratingly took way longer than I thought it would. I was just like, oh, let's fill in some holes to make it look half decent. But yeah, pretty happy with the thickness of the pin. I mean, I think I'm just going a bit OTT with the pintle, or is it pintles? The pins, let's call them the pins. I mean, that is sort of, I don't know, 20 mil. Compare that to that, which is 15 brand new. Just filled this in. Need to chip off the slag. The other pins, pretty happy with that. Pretty happy with that. I can't do much more about the rubbish until I find a commercial way of getting rid of it. Yeah, so hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to hang my rudder. It would be quite nice to just see it back out on the boat, and hopefully the alignment isn't too bad. Yeah, that's Workday 38. It's a bit of a chill one, not too much achieved, but you have days like this, so